Hello everyone, and welcome to the Guy Dawson Show at WCOBM.com, the World Center of Broadcast Media. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am the managing member of Classic Communications, a full-service media and marketing company. And if you would like to bring greater recognition to your business, your organization, or yourself personally, please get in contact with us at 702-845-6129 or visit our website, classycommunications.net. We are broadcasting to you live from the Gene Woods Racing Experience in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, just a stone throw from the Las Vegas Strip. And the illustrious Quan is going to be on in the second half of this show. I know you all haven't seen her for the last couple of weeks, but I got my last stone throw in maybe for a while, because I know whenever she is in the studio, she has a tendency to take over the stone throw concept. And so I just wanted to make sure that I could get the last one in, because now Quan is back in the mix. I have a good friend in the studio with me today, and his name is Pedro Gonzalez. And Pedro and I met at a meeting of Business Connections Network of Nevada, and it was one of the most unique meetings actually that I had had in all my years in networking, because Pedro is deaf, and I had never seen a deaf entrepreneur in a networking meeting before. And, you know, Becky's been on the show before. She is a wonderful person, and I appreciated her willingness to be open to a unique concept. And certainly, like I said, I've been networking for a long time, and I had never seen a deaf person in a networking meeting before, and I just appreciated her all the more because she had made Pedro a part of our networking group, and I've been looking forward to having him come on for a few weeks. He approached me and he talked about wanting to come on the show and talk about an upcoming event and some things that are going on within the deaf community. And so here we are, Pedro. We have finally put together this show, and welcome to PR Connections. Oh, PR Connections is the other show. I mean, welcome to the Guy Dawson Show.
Yes, hello. Yeah, as you said, I'm Pedro Gonzalez, and it's nice seeing you here today. This is a very good gentleman. He's helping us out, and I'm working with the aid of my interpreter, my wife, Debbie, and I am Pedro. I'm deaf, and I'm here to talk about deaf grassroots movement. And we have worked out a scenario of how to conduct this interview in sign language and in voice.
And this is the first ever broadcast that I've heard of with a deaf interview with a deaf person at the World Center of Broadcast Media.
Yes, I would verge to say so. This is the first time I've ever had this experience, so you'll forgive me if I have a little bit of lag time in what I say, but I'm hoping everything goes smooth.
And the thing that I was telling Pedro in advance of the show is that he's in the studio with a talk show host, and the reason why a person becomes a talk show host is because they talk a lot. So in this show we will be having some delays as I'm waiting for his interpreter, his wife Debbie, to interpret the words that I'm saying so that we can do this interview.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you for adding that in there. And let's try our best. Hope things go smoothly. And fluency is the key with the interpretation as well. We'll just take turns and go from there.
Pedro, what is the deaf and grassroots movement?
Okay, yes. The deaf grassroots movement is basically a movement where a rally is going to be present. The priority for the deaf community are jobs, communication access, and education access. In the community of Nevada, specifically for me.
And I know that we were talking before the show about, in the state of Nevada in particular, that there are not a lot of services that are available to people who are deaf. That has been your experience.
Well, if I may go over some of this, in Nevada, there are approximately, according to the Gallaudet University statistics and the research that I've been able to find, is that Nevada currently has approximately 38,000 persons that are deaf or hard of hearing that identify as such in our state. That's kind of a large number for our community. And I do know that people are moving to Nevada because of the circumstances employment-wise, and we're on the air hoping to bring people here as well.
So that's 38,000 people in the state of Nevada who are using sign language on a daily basis.
Well, yes, deaf, hard of hearing. Sometimes that includes people with disabilities as well. But yeah, basically that's the deaf community itself. That's what I've been able to get.
Why was the location that was chosen for this rally?
Okay, well, one of the things why was vocational rehabilitation services chosen as a place of a rally, that was specifically Voc Rehab. But what we determined was that the Beacon Center, that center, we were able to have a live broadcast of all the capitals. The vocational rehabilitation site that we initially established didn't have the facilities or the structure we needed. So we've relocated to the Beacon Center, and that's where we have promoted the event to most of the deaf community and the hearing community as well. This benefits us by having the avenues of the Wi-Fi and the TV. But thank you so much. Yes, we relocated the event.
Is this the first deaf grassroots rally ever?
Actually, no. Last year, September 5th and 6th of 2015, I attended a grassroots movement rally in Washington, D.C. It was quite inspiring. All the different activities that took place and the ability to rally together as a community in Washington, D.C. was just awe-striking for me. And I can't even describe the experience as being able to represent the deaf community. It was quite something.
Is this rally that is coming up only going to be held in Nevada?
Only in Nevada? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Actually, this is a nationwide rally, and you're going to see it happening at every capital in the state. This movement is going to show up across the United States on the same day, simultaneously. So everywhere you go, each capital will have its own event.
And Pedro is involved in civil rights and a lot of things in the deaf community. We're only going to have a few more seconds before we go to a commercial break. And when he comes back, I want him to talk about some of his political activism for the deaf community, as well as the business aspect, because the whole reason why Pedro came to Business Connections Network of Nevada is because he has a business. And again, right before the show, we were talking about some of the challenges that all business owners have. And he was talking about some of the challenges that he has within his own business. And so I was basically telling him, yes, it's just as challenging if you're a deaf person or if you're a person who can hear and speak, if you are a business owner. And so I want to touch on that when we come back. Also, the event that's going to come up, as well as political activism. And we will take a short break and be back with more of the Guy Dawson Show at the World Center of Broadcast Media.